Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, let me just make sure it come out a little bit. Just want to make sure. Oh, not like that. All right, just trying to get myself in frame. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys are probably looking at this going, hey, you usually finish this on Sundays. You're working on this last Sunday when you're doing your live show. Well, what I decided, you guys, is not to do a live show. And I know some of you will be disappointed. I'm sorry. But it kind of stresses me out. This is why it stresses me out. I wasn't able to finish my picture last week because, one, my camera went off. But then I can't finish because I'm waiting till the next Sunday to finish. And I like to move at a really rapid pace, you guys. And I can move so much faster if I'm not doing a live show. And then it benefits you guys because then I can get more content out too. So, I just don't think that the live show is going to work for me. I like to move at a rapid pace. When I feel inspired, I want to make a video. So, and if I'm not inspired, I don't want to make a video. So, and I think it'll just come across a lot better that way. So, hope you guys forgive me for not wanting to go live, but I'd rather just make videos when I feel like making them, and which is all the time anyway. But as soon as the inspiration hits, I'm gonna be able to just turn on my camera, do it. Or if I have a project, I can finish it. And that's something else about me. I don't like not finishing projects. And I know a lot of people are not like that, but it drives me nuts. Like, that finish. Like, I thought about this all week, not finishing this project. Anyway, this is finished because this is what we were going for, because I already had done it once, and I did it again on last Sunday's video. And this is where we left off, okay? So this is where I'm going to finish, where I'm going to pick up and finish this piece. And this is what it'll look like when we're done. Now, what I wanted to show you guys, I should turn this around. When I went live like 2 or 3 weeks ago, or I think 3 weeks ago, I did reverse collage in these books called Abandoned Places. And reverse collage, let me just make sure you guys are seeing this, is simply you take a cool picture. It can be in this Abandoned Places book, which is awesome, or you can use a magazine, or you can use a calendar. So you already have images already done, and you're adding collage on top of that. So the collage pieces added were this. What I wanted to show you is that I finished it, but I added this collage piece. This was, I don't know, something from a magazine. This was a watch and something else. Anyway, I made it into a little planet. This was a watch I made into a planet. This right here is something dripping in gold. I think it was on a shampoo bottle. There. This is another watch. This is a bird here that I put in. This was eyeshadow. This was eyeshadow palettes right here that I turned into like little planets. That's a watch that I left a watch, but then I have beams shooting out from it. This is a bowl. And this is like, okay, where this is an eyeshadow palette. This is, I don't know why, but maybe there's moisturizer in the eyeshadow. I'm not sure, but they had this stream coming down into the eyeshadow. So I thought that was cool. So I cut that whole thing out. And this is a really cool bowl. And I wanted to look like the bowl was pouring out into the eyeshadow, which now is a planet. I put little people right here. I want to act like that was a little bridge. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys how it looked when I finished it. And if you want to see, me working on that, you'll see in my playlist. I think I said working in my. Oh, actually, I think I did say working. No, I think I just said let's create and craft together. It was the first one, and that's where I do the Abandoned Places. Where I worked on that. Okay, so I just wanted to, for those who are watching the live, they've seen me work on this. I wanted to show it so they can see how it turned out. So I think it turned out cool. Super excited. Also in that same video, it's my first Let's Craft and Mix Media and Craft Together, the very first one. I also go through this Abandoned Places book. Okay, I won't do that in this one because I want to get started on my coloring book page over here and collage. So, all right, so let me put this down. Oh, and you guys, I got Abandoned Wrecks and Abandoned Castles. Super excited. I'm going to do another separate video on that. Okay, so let's get started on this. let me make sure we're in focus and where we're at. Okay. I think that's good. Do I need to go down a little more? I think that'll be good. Okay, the thing I want to do right now is because I have a whole lot of face here with no eye, I want to get the hat on her. And then I'll have to paste some more. Well, you'll see. I'm gonna draw in her hat right now. Sometimes I'm trying to explain too much. I will just do it, and then you'll see how I'm doing it. There you go, Angela. Okay, I'm looking for a pencil. Here we go. I have a ton of pencils. Here we go. Yeah, I'll do this one. Okay. So I'm going to draw this big floppy hat on her. And I'm mostly going to get this done. But there'll be a lot, especially with the outfit, that I don't get finished. So, but you'll understand basically how I'll end up finishing it out. Okay. All right. I'm going to take this right here and follow that around. In black. If you don't know where you're going, sketch it with pencil first. And all this is right here, this is an actual watercolor pencil. So I'm going to use water to blend it out. I'll show you in a second. All right, let me make this line a little bit harsher. So now you guys can see she has a hat. And I kind of want to go a little bit further out right here. Okay. All right, there's something about her hat I'm not liking. Just a second, guys. How I did it last time. Oh, okay. I think that's what it is. There we go. That's what I needed. Okay, that's what I needed right there. Cool. And I think I don't want it out so far right there. I know I just said use the use your pencil so you know where you're going. But it's a watercolor pencil, so I can take it back easily because it's watercolor pencil. And it might smear a little bit, but that's not going to hurt me with this kind of stuff at all. Okay, and may get a paper towel to dry. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So let me erase that, and then also let me erase this inside of here. Okay. Perfect. I think that's gonna be what I wanted. I think. Looks good. Okay, so from here, I need to paste in some more pieces right here. Oh, that's the other thing that I needed to do. I need this to come. That's exactly what I was looking for. There we go. So now the hat is coming over that eye. So that makes more sense of why there's no eye there. You know what I'm saying? Because the hat's over. I've got some really cool coloring books, and they weren't originally $12 or $15. But believe me, I picked up all those ones that are like expensive also. So believe me, I know that's an awesome deal. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, most people on my channel shop at Dollar Tree. But all the coloring books that are in like Barnes and Nobles and all that, their coloring books are ending up at Dollar Tree for $1. So it's crazy. Okay. Just trying to make sure that that's cool. Okay. So then I want to take my water brush and, oh, I should have got some clean water, but I think we're going to be okay. All right, I'm going to take my water brush and I'm just going to soften that. Soften that line. I'm not going to soften the line here around the face yet, but right here I'm going to soften it. But I am going to soften that line around the face too when I get there. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of bring some of that shading inside of it too. All right. So that's really starting to define this slushy hat. Okay, then here I need to act, because see, this all of this in the background is a part of this hat, and I have her face right here, so I need to cover that part up, and I need to cover up some of her outfit right here. So that's what we are going to do. Let me tear up some paper. Where do I have it at? It's right here. So we're going to collage in a little bit of collage bits into this little area right here. Just a little bit. So it just looks like it's a part of the whole thing. Okay, and then because this is what I did originally to get this whole look. Okay, so those are the collage bits we're going to put in. And then I might throw in a little bit, you know what, let's throw in music notes right here instead. So it gives it a little bit of a difference. Okay. So now let's glue those on down. You guys, I don't always use matte medium. A lot of times I use Elmer's glue, and then I spray matte medium over it when I want to make it a paintable surface. But right now, I'm not going to do that because I'm on camera and I don't have time for that other stuff to dry or even to spray it. And then let's do one more over here. Okay. All right. All right, so now I'm going to get my blow dryer out and start drying this up real quick. And like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you want to see how I got up to this point, you can look at last week's video, live video. It was last Sunday, and it's called Let's Mix Media and Craft Together. And how I did all the rest of this that I'm not doing right now is how is exactly how I got to this point. So hopefully I just made sense. So I think we got that dried up enough. I think I'm looking at what I used this one brown color for the inside of her hat, this color right here, and I'm looking for it and I'm not seeing it. It should be like right here in front of my face. So I'm going to use this one and see how I like this one. Maybe this is it. I don't know. That's where I'm getting myself in trouble, trying to produce the same exact thing. You know, I shouldn't be doing that. You're not going to ever get anything exactly the same. Okay. So, let's see how this works. It doesn't work out. But yeah, I like it. Yeah, this is cool. It's not the same, but who cares? Everything can't be the damn same. Okay. And then I'm gonna and I used acrylic paint. This is the acrylic paint I used. I use this acrylic paint, and then I'm gonna blend this out. I'm gonna blend it out like right now with some water. Like this. So it gets lighter and lighter as we go along. So you can shade it right out with water. So it's heavier here, and then it gets lighter as it goes to the middle. And that's just with acrylic paint. All right, let me just go all the way around and do that. So it's like being able to shade, but with the same color. Okay, and then we'll take a little bit of water and start bringing it out. Okay. And you want to be able to see through it still. Let me just get this brush clean because I want to use this brush here, I think. Yeah. So you want to be able to see through it all still, like see the collage bits and all the stuff we did before. And that's how I did the other one. Yeah, that turns out cool. I like it a lot. In fact, I might want to just take a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just going to dab a little bit so we can see through it just a little bit more. That looks cool. Love it. Let me just make sure that this is blending out here. Okay, perfect. You don't want any solid line. You want to look like, you know, your shade. You shade it with one color. You have your dark out here, and then it blends into the rest of this. I hope you're understanding my madness, what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, I think this all looks good. I'm just dabbing with water on that line to make sure there's no line, that it blends right out. Okay, that looks good. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. And while that's drying, let's come down. I should have been doing the hand the whole time too. I didn't do the hand. Where's my watercolor brush? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to use these colors right here. They're, what are these? Jane Davenport's. It's like her natural palette. I absolutely love it. This is her brush, which I think is fabulous. Has a great point on it. And I'm going to use that. All right, let me look and see what the heck I'm doing first. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, like I did before, which I said if you watch the last video, you'll see that, is I take this color here. If I'm doing even like darker skin, I still take this same color. I gotta make sure I'm in frame. There we go. See if I can come in a little closer too. Oh, that's a little too close. Okay, let's go out just a little bit. Okay, come back down. Okay, so I'm gonna come back down a little bit more. Okay, good enough. I'm not gonna get any closer. I'm on my iPhone. I'm on my phone, so it's weird. Anyway, I took this stuff here, and I'm just going to what I like to do about this is I like to get some color down, so everything's not so white. Also, it gives me like a pattern of where I'm going, and I leave whatever I'm going to highlight out. Like, I think what I'm going to leave is like right here in the middle to the side, like right there. I'm going to leave that white. And that's where we'll have some highlights, like right here. Okay. And that just like really gets rid of the white, and it also gives a nice base layer for whatever else is going to go down after that. And then the skin tone color I'm going to use in my, oh, and this was a gelato. This is beige gelato. I'm going to use this color right here for the skin tone. So this is my mid-tone shade. Okay. So I'm going to go over all of the skin with this, except for where I have that highlight at. And not the fingernails either, because the fingernail I'm going to paint that a different color. Okay, then I'm going to come in. With a darker color for my shading. And I'm going to go back up to that face. Believe me, there's more that's going to happen to the face. I just want this to kind of dry a little bit. And I'm going to go in to do some shading with this dark brown right here. Okay. And these are the same colors I'm going to go back up to the face with and use on the face. Right. And I'm probably going to use a little pencil too on this. All right, just a second. Might need to dry this first. I'm going to dry this. And that white highlight's not going to be left that white either. There we go. Yeah, my paper was just getting way too wet. Okay. I'm going to blend this out a little bit with some water. And we'll get a little bit more brown there. All right. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm liking this or not, if I just want to use pencil here for the shading. Just a second. I'm thinking I might want to go in with pencil on the shading. So if you don't like something, especially with watercolor, it's so nice that you can just kind of, you can't completely take it back, but you can diminish it a lot. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I want to go in there with, I'm going to go in there with pencil for the shading. It's a technique that I like to use a lot, is to, I'm going to go back over this with the brown. Use pencil for your shading. I think it looks really cool. I was just going to try some watercolor with this, but I'm not liking it, so we'll shade with the pencil. Okay. All right, let's dry it. Okay, let me look at, I'm using my Prismacolor pencils. Let me see which one over here that I want to use. I believe it's this. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna use the what is this called? Dark brown, and I'm also going to use, here we go, my blender pencil, which I am obsessed with a blender pencil. Are you guys seeing the hand? Maybe I should make sure I bring this up here. Okay, there we go. Sorry if I was out of frame at all. Just cleaning off my area over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna like this a lot better. I just felt like the watercolor for the dark was just like spreading out too much. It wasn't enough control. So. Okay. Be blended with my blender pencil. Heck is my blender pencil. Okay, I just showed it to you guys. What did I do with it? There we go. And I love a blender pencil because it blends it out to like the second shade. So it keeps the darkest shade and then it blends it out to like the next shade right after that. So I don't have to go find another pencil when I'm doing this. So I think that's awesome. And depending on how this looks for this hand, I might throw some more collage bits over this part of the hand a little bit and right here. Because I did that here and I really like that. See how I kind of do that collage bit in on the side? So I may still do that. We'll see. Because it almost looks like your hand's coming out of anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do that. Awesome. I'm also not liking how much, there we go, how much watercolor I put on there. Let's take some of that off of there. There we go. Lighten this up just a little bit. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Awesome. And then I'm going to go through and put some of this beige where that white is at, where the highlight. It'll still be a highlight, it just won't be so blatant. It'll kind of blend in. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. All right, we're gonna let that dry, but like I said, I'm gonna take another little piece of paper and bring that over, like a little piece of paper, and bring that over the hand just a little bit, because it just looks, I think, more natural. Okay. Hopefully this is more dry up here. Yeah, it is. Let's just dry it a little bit more. You guys, I was looking at, okay, there's something I'm looking at. Just a second. I'm looking at seeing if I put this as the base of her face, and I think I did. Let me look at that really fast. Don't color in last. That was crazy. Sorry, guys. But like I said, it's hard because you have to try to remember what you did last time. So I'm trying to remember what I did last week. So now I'm putting in another shading color right here on the outside. Okay, and we'll blend that in. There we go. That looks better. I was looking at it and I was looking at my picture over here and I'm like, what is the deal? almost like driving me nuts. Okay, so what I did last week here is I did the base color, which was this one, all over the entire face. And I see a couple areas that I need to fix up with that base color, which is what I'm using for my face color. Right here. So I'm just going to kind of go back over that. All of my face color is this right here. So we're going to go over with this, just so you can see how I came up with this. So this is the face color here. Okay. Then my shading color, my middle tone shading color is this right here. Okay. I work on a little piece of paper over here on the side so I can kind of see like how my colors are turning out. Okay, perfect. Because I'm mixing it on the palette, but once you hit your paper, I want to see, I kind of work on a side piece of paper to see, you know, how light or how dark I have the color mixed up. Okay, so we're putting in all the shading. And since we're underneath a hat here, we're going to do a lot of shading. Right here especially. There we go. And less shading over here. Not quite as heavy. Okay, and I don't want to leave that line heavy, so let's go back. My pencil. So, let me turn on my dryer. Okay. That needed a little bit of definitely needed a little bit of drying. Okay, I'm going to, I want to put a piece of paper. Let's do probably a book page. I'm just tearing a piece of paper because I want to take some of this hand away so it looks like it's coming, you know, out. It's too much hand right there, and I need something covering a little bit right here. See? And that just, yeah, that looks good. So let me glue that in. This is what's fun about mixed media. You're doing so much stuff to a painting or to a coloring book page or drawing or whatever you're doing. I love it. Okay, is this the brush I want to use? Okay. So let me just, I'm going to do it on this piece of paper. Okay. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. I just think it looks more natural if the hand is behind some of this collage bits. I think it just looks more natural. Okay, now we will, as soon as this dries, we'll go back up to the face, but when this dries, we'll throw some color on it and maybe some stamping or something to make it look like the rest of this. Don't worry. Okay, so okay, so let's go back up to the face, and I'm going to use my dark brown Prismacolor pencil and do some shading. I'm gonna put on my glasses. You guys look at these from Dollar Tree. Are those fabulous? $1. All right, just making sure I'm in frame and making sure my camera's still on, and I am. Okay. All right. And just going real lightly around. And then I will take my blender pencil and blend all of this in. And then and I especially have to be careful of this. You just want to be really, really careful about not bearing down on the pencil. And I am definitely, I can definitely be accused of doing that. I have bared down too many times on my pencils, but I try not to. I'm having a little trouble here because there is some collage bits there, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take my blender pencil and blend the line out. Now, you don't have to have a blender pencil. If you want, you can blend it out with the next lighter shade of brown or like a taupey color, like a peach color, and go over that to blend it out. But I just think a blender pencil is so much faster. And I told you guys, I like to work fast. I mean, when I have to take my time, I'll take my time. But if there's like a little trick to, like, it looks good and I can go a little faster, I'm all for it. Some people don't like blender pencils. If you don't like them, don't use them. I like it. There we go. I'm seeing a little bit of weirdness right here. And that's the nice thing too about a pencil, you can erase. There we go. Let's just, I'm just gonna bring this back just a little bit. I might have got a little overzealous with my shading. Yeah, I think I did. There we go. I don't have to be this aggressive about it. Okay. And then I want to add, I've already added it, but I want to add a little bit more of the mid-tone color right here. And I'm sorry, you guys, it might look like I'm working a little bit all over the place, and I am a little bit, but that's because what happened is last week when I was doing this live, I got cut off. And so I didn't want to continue it because I was going to do it again on this Sunday's show. And so I just got cut off in the middle of it. So sorry if it seems like I'm a little bit everywhere. There we go. But I did want, for those especially who saw me do this last week, I wanted to finish it. Because I told you guys, I am like, oh, I can't stand not to finish something. That absolutely drives me nuts. Okay, I'll let that dry. I told you guys I have this, this is a watercolor pencil, a Derwent watercolor pencil. And I want some shading also along this hairline. So I put the pencil in already. So you use it, and then you take a little bit of water on your brush, and you go right along with it. And blend it out a little bit. And it'll give the face a little more shading going around. And it'll also give a little more shading and also define this hat a little bit more also. Okay, I got a little overzealous right there. All right, cool. Okay, there we go. Gonna do a little bit on the outside. Oops. There we go. And a little bit more there. Throwing a little bit more here. Just a second, guys. I gotta turn my work. Okay, let me make sure I'm in frame still. Let's see. Let's bring. Yeah, I'll bring that down. So I'm just framing the hat and a little bit of shading also at the same time with this black. There we go. Love that. Okay. Also, with this white on her nose, I don't want to leave it that white. So we're going to use this because her skin tone's, you know, darker. So we're going to use this color right here. The color I used at the beginning to map everything and to kind of give a base. I'm going to put that right there. And that just, the highlight's still there. It just makes it not so obvious. So it's still a highlight on the nose. All right. So to blend this in a little bit better right there. And my thing with watercolors, I have to stop trying to be so perfect. Watercolor's not perfect, and I try to like be perfect with watercolor. I need to like put the watercolor down. That's what I need to learn when I do watercolor, and leave it alone. But I'm always trying to smooth it out, and this, you want it to look kind of imperfect. That's the beauty about doing painting with watercolor. So anyway, and I do it all the time, but I always start trying to like smooth everything out too much. I'm like, Angela, leave it alone and really let it dry. That's another thing. Okay, I love this. This is another Jane Davenport. These are cream pastels. They are fabulous. And I want to do some on her cheek. And I think I'm going to use, this color. Let me put it on the side over here and see how I think I'm going to like that. I think I'm going to like that one. Just a second. I'm testing them out on the piece of paper over here. Okay, I think I'm going to use that one right there. And we may use the same color for the lips too. And you have like these little makeup brushes to apply. I don't know why this is coming out right here out of my dish. Anyway, this stuff is fabulous. And it blends out so fabulously. Okay, trying to see how far I came down on this cheek here. Okay. Love this. And I'm going to probably use my finger in a second. Cool. I'm going to blend that out just a little bit more. We'll blend it out with this. Love it. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to use that same color on the lips. I'm just going to brush that in on the lips. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm going to brush that same color on her fingernail. It'll be a pretty color. Yep, it sure is a pretty color for her fingernail. Perfect. Okay. And we're going to put some highlights on her lips. I may even, if pencil goes over this stuff, I'm not sure if pencil goes over the cream pastels or not. I want to maybe do a little lip liner on her. We'll see. I might just throw highlights on it and stickles. I love to throw stickles on a lot of stuff when I'm doing it, and I'll show you that when we get towards the end. Okay, so now we're going to, I want to put some eyeshadow. We're going to attack her eyes first, and then we'll do the eyeshadow. I did her eyes green last time, so I love a green eye. Let me see if this is the one that has the green in it. I'm looking at my watercolor palettes. I'm so happy, you guys. I have all three of the Jane's watercolor palettes. So excited. Okay, I'm just looking at what color green I want to use on her eyes. I don't remember what I used last time. Anyway, I need to stop copying and thinking of what I used last time and just go for it. You know what I think I'm going to use? I think I'm going to go ahead and use this color, this Jimmy. It is gorgeous. It makes a really pretty eye color. I think this is the color that I want to use. No, maybe I don't want to use that. You know what, that color is just kind of too bright for what I want to do. All right, we're not using that one. Let me look at this palette here. Oh, I think, you know what, actually, I have another, well, I have lots of palettes, but I think I used this one for the eyes last time. I really liked it. There's a green in here. There it is, that green right there. This is by, and I'm trying to think of that darn company. Master's Touch. Yeah, from Hobby Lobby. And you guys, these paints are not chalky at all. They're very nice. And they're not expensive. Like, it's a $15 palette, and this is how big the palette is here, and then there's more other colors underneath. It's not chalky at all. You know how like cheap watercolor palettes are chalky? So this is $15, but then you can use a coupon and get it for like $7. And it's a really good watercolor palette. Like I said, it's not chalky at all. I should do a thing on that and compare this to other watercolors. Because I have Daniel Smith's, I have Jane Davenport. I mean, I have tons of different stuff. And this holds up to anybody. Well, maybe not the Daniel Smith's, because Daniel Smith's are their own thing. But, I mean, these right here are just as good as the Jane Davenport. These watercolors right here. I love them. I bust them out all the time. And then I'm going to use some purple here for her eyeshadow. I'm going to go back to the Jane palette, and we're going to use this purple here. Hopefully this is the right purple. Well, we'll test it. I always test it first. Nope, that's not it. I think the things were in the wrong area. Yep, this is the color of purple I want to use. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this. Okay, and we'll blend this on out into the rest of it. Not like a harsh line there. Okay. That looks good. Actually, I'm going to throw a little bit more right in here. Okay, so that looks good. And then what I want to do, oh, I need to throw a little bit of purple right here too. On the eyelid. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's go back up to the eye. Let me put that over here. And let me dry real quick. Let me get the dryer out. All right, now I'm gonna try and see if I can't come in a little closer. It's really hard to come in close with my phone, like have control. Oh my God, that's right on that eye. fabulous. I can't believe, as I'm saying it, then I do it just perfect on the eye. Anyway, okay, I'm going to take my, it's a Le Pen drawing pen. Look just like any of your other ones, like these. What are these called? Microns. I'm going to take that and I'm going to outline the eye so that it's a lot darker. I'm going to outline the eyeball so it's a lot darker. I'm going to outline all of this. And then that way this will all be a lot darker and it'll just be more dramatic. So just follow what's there. Okay. There we go. And I think I like that. That looks good. Okay. And then I want to take my liner brush and I want to throw some catch lights in there. Okay, with some white acrylic paint. Oh, I have a big old mess going on. So some white acrylic paint. I shouldn't do that over my painting. Can you imagine? All of a sudden I have white. So I just take some white acrylic paint and this brush right here. I love this liner brush. I use it all the time. I might have to get a little white paint on here. Just a second. Yep, there we go. I didn't really need that much out of here, but oh well. Okay. That's a little much paint, but okay. So let's go up to the eye. And we're going to put some catch lights in. Just a second. Let me just test over here on the side. I'm just testing my brush to make sure that I don't have too much paint on my brush. Okay, I think this will be good. So we're going to put in like the catch light here. Thought I had enough paint on there. Just a second, guys. Let me try loading up my brush again. Okay, here we go. So we're going to put a catch light over here. For some reason my brush does not want to go. Hopefully this is it. Okay, there we go. We're going to throw a catch light there. Let me turn my work. Hopefully I'm still in frame. Let me just look and see. Make sure, yeah. And then we'll throw another catch light in here. And we'll throw another catch light right there. Look at the difference that makes, you guys. When you throw that catch light, I mean, it's nothing major, it seems like, but that just makes the whole eye. And then I'm going to throw in, let's refine the eyeball a little bit more. At the top here. Okay, a little bit more, because now we're going to take this white paint again. And this is just something I like to do. I saw someone do it a long time ago and I adopted it to my style. Is they put looks like little glitter star dots like this. I think it looks really cool. So there we go. It's not anything major, but I think it looks really cool. Okay, Now, let's throw some catch lights on the cheeks here. I'm going to throw a little catch light right here. Okay. I'm going to throw some catch lights on the, not catch lights, I guess highlights, I should say. There, on the cheek there, and we will throw a little bit on the nose right here. There we go. And then let's go down to the hands. Don't want to throw any light right here. Yeah, we'll just throw some highlight right here in the hands. Yeah, cool. Oh, I know, I want to throw a little highlight on the nails. So it's like a little shine on your nail polish. Okay. And then I want to throw a little bit bigger highlight on this cheek. There we go. And then another thing I want to do is I want to take some stickles, and I want to put stickles, and hopefully it shows up. I'm not sure if it'll show up or not, but this is a clear stickles. Is this clear? Yeah, it says crystal. Whatever, glitter glue. You can use any glitter glue you want. I'm going to use I'll use this one. I'll use my little small brush. Well, I'm going to put some on for the eyeshadow. Just really quick. And hopefully this is showing up because I think it looks so cool. So I'm going to do it to the eyeshadow. I'm going to do it to the cheeks. And I actually probably wouldn't do this until I was done like doing the clothes down here, but for the sake of the video. And then I'm going to put some in her eyes and some on the lips. So I put some back on my hand again. Oh, hopefully you guys saw me do the cheek. Let me see where we're at. Okay, you guys saw me do the eye. Oh, you saw me do the cheek too. Okay, let me do some on the lips. And are you guys seeing her hand? No. All right, so we're going to do some on the lips too. So hopefully you guys saw all that. Hopefully it's showing up in the video. I think it looks really cool. Oh, I almost forgot the eye. Oh, before I do the eye, I need to put a little shading in the eye. I almost forgot. I did her eye. I did the eyes green. So I'm going to take this really deep dark green, and I always I like to use watercolor on the eyes, but then I like to shade right in the corners of the eye. And I'm going to have to probably put my catch lights back in, and then blend it back out. And this just adds more drama to the eye, makes the eyes look a lot prettier. So whatever, so you take your lightest color the whole eye with watercolor, and then take a shade or two deeper, put it right in the corners, and then blend it out. And when you blend it out with the blender, you have your darkest shade, and then your mid-tone shade, and then your light shade is what you started with. So let me, again, I gotta kind of re-put in my catch light. Let me turn my picture a little bit. There we go. So we put that catch light in a little bit. Now I can go ahead and put this stickles on the eye. And we'll just put a little bit of stickles in. Oops. And I think that just adds more to the eye. Putting the stickles in the eye. Just give it some more glam. some more of this. We'll put the rest of this on the cheeks. There we go. Fabulous. I think that looks really, really cool. You guys, just a second. I have some paint that I have wasted. I need to put back in here, and I hate wasting paint. So just a second. I mean, I have a big glob of this brown sitting here, and I don't want to waste it. Okay. Nothing's worse than wasting paint, like a lot of paint. I don't like that. And I have another big blob of white over here that I need to put away too. So just a second. Talk amongst yourselves. I don't want to waste either. Okay. There we go. I feel a lot better about that. Okay. So I'm liking how the face looks, how the hands look. Oh, I need to watercolor that a little bit. And then you'll know how I finished it up. So we won't be finishing per outfit the whole thing. So, all right, let me come all the way back down. Okay, cool. There's the outfit. Let me see where we're at. There we go. So you guys can really see the outfit close. Okay, so what I like to do, and let me see what colors I'm using. Okay, I'm going to use, this is Jane Davenport, this Jane Davenport? No, this is, these I got from Hobby Lobby, you guys, 75% off. These are Caran d'Ache, but it's the student grade. You guys, I've heard it's just the same as professional, and it is awesome. And I only got it for $3.50. It was $13.99. I picked up like 4 boxes of these, and they're water soluble crayons. Love them. So I got this purple one out because I'm going to use this purple. What are the other colors? Teal. And the teal I'm going to use in here. And then I have a rust color. What rust color was I using? Oh, okay. So I'm going to use this for it. I'm going to use this purple Caran d'Ache. I'm going to use the teal here, which is, I think, it's called I-70s eyeshadow. And then I'm going to use for the rust color. What did I use? Oh, I think I used this, and it's gorgeous. I'm going to use that, which is a Red Earth Daler Ronnie ink. These were regularly $5.99, and they had that 75% off. They're only $1.49, so it was like a really good deal. Okay, let me get a clean plate so I can work off of that with this stuff. Just a second. I have a glass plate that I want to work with. Let me see if I can find it. What did I do with it? I swear, sometimes I feel like you just have, you buy so much of this stuff, and then sometimes you're like, I just have too darn much, because you can't ever find what you need. Okay, I'm going to use my glass plate right here. I have a glass plate that I've already gotten really nice and messy, and I'd like to continue using that one, and I don't know where it's at. Anyway, it's fine. All right. So I have that red color right there, or like not red, but it's that rust color, and then this brown or this purple. I'm going to use it on the plate like this. You can use your brush and brush right off of it like this, or you can use it like go like that and use it from the plate. Okay. So I'm first going to do the purple. Which is the Caran d'Ache water soluble crayon. And I'm just going to start watercoloring in certain areas. We'll do all this purple. We'll do all of this purple. And then, so what this is this is your lightest color, and then I'm going to take a darker purple, and I'm going to shade. And I'm just going to hit a couple of things. I'm not going to color all of this because it's going to take me a while to finish this part, to finish this. Okay, with some purple over here. But I wanted to show you this technique that I learned when you lay down watercolor and then you do pencil over it. Pencils that you can blend out. So Prismacolor pencils. Blix has a pencil too. Blix Art Supplies. They have a beautiful pencil, and it's their brand. And I think it's very comparable to a Prismacolor pencil. So, and very affordable. I'll tell you else. You can buy I think it's 32 or something like that, pack of Prismacolor pencils, you guys, at Sam's Club. It's awesome. I mean, in 32 colors, you can do a lot with 32 colors. I think it's 32, something like that. Something like that. We'll do this whole thing that color. All right, what else am I going to do? Brown. I'll go over here and do this. And we'll do this over here. I didn't really want to do this brown. We'll do it. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to take this teal color here and do some of that. Just a second, I just got some brown in my watercolor. We do not want that. Make sure my brush is rinsed out really good. There we go. Okay. So let me get this teal color onto my palette. Okay. Let's put the teal up here. We'll shade all of this. And that's another thing. When you have like see how there's so many little bits? Do sections, that whole color. Then that way you're not coloring in all these little tiny bits, like this little bit, and that little bit, and this little bit. Make the whole thing. Color in sections. And that way you don't have to deal with all that little bits. People always say, oh, I can't, that looks like too much. Well, you don't have to worry. Don't color all of it. Color sections. See this whole section? This whole section is going to be teal. Not each individual circle. But if you want to color each individual circle, go ahead. I'm not. And doing it like this by watercoloring it and then shading it, for one, it helps you plan out your page. Also, it just makes it so much faster. Because sometimes you feel like you're coloring forever before you get a page finished. Okay, so I want to start shading, and I'm going to show you how I shade with the pencil over the watercolor. Either you can shade over watercolor, you can shade over these inks and use that as your base. You can shade over the Caran d'Ache. You can, okay, do you see what I'm saying? You can even water down acrylic paint and use it like a watercolor, water it down, and do that also. Okay, so that's another thing. If you don't have any of this stuff, you can water down the acrylic paint and do that. So you can do this whole project with watered down acrylic paint, or watered down acrylic paint, or using the acrylic paint to do the stamping, or do the stenciling. So if you have acrylic paint, you can do anything. Because if you water acrylic paints down, now you've turned it into kind of a watercolor, but you've turned it into a watercolor that won't that won't bleed out if it gets wet. So that's kind of cool. Okay, let me throw some of this stuff down a little bit. Let me look at my camera, see if I'm in frame. Yes, I am. Okay, here we go. So let me dry this, and then we'll start shading with the colored pencils. I just found the tin that it comes in. This is it right here. It's 36 pencils for 20 bucks, you guys, at Sam's Club. You guys, this is a fabulous, fabulous deal. For colored pencils, that's crazy. Prismacolor, and this is the exact tin you're looking for at Sam's Club. Okay? All right, 20 bucks. And they've had it like that for the last couple of years. And I bought 2 of the 10s, and I've also bought the 100 piece, so I have a ton of pencils. But a couple of years ago, I bought 2 of them. I thought, oh my God, this is going to someday not be here. They've had that ever since, so I guess they're gonna keep carrying it. Okay, so we need to shade in. So I'm going to get a deeper purple. I'm going to use, what purple am I going to use? I have it over here on the side. I think I'm going to use this purple right here to shade. This deep violet. Yep. Okay, so I'm just going to come in around like this. Trying not to press down too hard. Because if you press down too hard, you'll get a wax bloom. And then you can't go back over things. So you kind of want to be able to go over and over and over. What you don't have to worry about going over and over and over as much as if you like start it from white. But since you have a nice base coat of this purple down here, you don't have to go over it as much anyway. But you could still get too heavy-handed and wax bloom out, and then you can't blend it out. And you want to be able to blend it out, so. Like I said, I've been guilty of that. Way more than I want to admit. Okay, so then I'm going to take my blender pencil and blend that up. And when you blend it out, you have your deepest shade, which is what you put down first. And then when it blends out to the second shade. So now you have your deep purple, your mid-tone, and the light, was your lightest shade, which is what you put down. So that works out really, really nice. I'm trying to see if I want to shade a little bit of that right here. I'm going to shade inside of these. Let me do a little erasing for a second. I was trying to see the shade at right there. Okay. I'm shading in a really little small area. I don't even know if this is showing up for you guys. It's really, really small. Okay. Let's blend this out. Okay. So let's do another one over here. Or we'll do this one down here. Just making sure you guys can see it. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna come in. Hopefully that doesn't fall. If you get heavy-handed or you mess up, hopefully that's not my thing saying that I'm about to. All right, I'm about to lose power. That's what my battery is saying. Just a second. So we probably have about, I don't know, 5 more minutes. So let me just show you how I'm doing this. So I probably only have 5 more minutes on the camera, and I'm going to go ahead and probably end the video here. But what I'm showing you is this is all I'm going to do to finish coloring in the clothing. So let me just try to finish this before my camera turns off. If my camera does turn off, you guys have seen you've seen everything it took for me to create this. So, okay, and let's blend this out. Let me start closing down my video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you would, give this video a thumbs up. That'd be great. Any comments or questions, you can leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. And sorry to the people that I was going live, but I decided not to go live anymore. But I'll be able to do a lot more content not going live. And I just, like I said, I like to move at a really rapid pace. So I think it'd be better for me. See the shading that you get? How beautiful. So that is it. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so. Give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.